It's time for the Northwoods Cooking Show. Starring Uncle Roy and Miss Callie, the troublemaking dog.
Hello and welcome to the Northwoods Cooking Show. I'm your host, Uncle Roy, and we're on location in East Bethel. I'm at my friend's house, and you know what that means. My co-host, Miss Callie Claus. Oh, Callie Claus. Oh, come here. Oh, get over here in positions. Oh, Callie Claus, come here, Callie Claus. Oh, over here. Come here, it's so pretty. Oh, let everybody see your outfit. Oh, look at Callie Claus. Oh, sit, pretty here now. Sit. Sit. Oh, you're shaking paws, yeah. Oh, Callie, Miss Callie. Oh, Callie Claus. Yeah, look at her. Ooh, she's got a little beard this year. She's getting older. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's see Uncle Roy's. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy to see you too. Yeah. Oh, kisses. Yeah. Oh. What we're going to make today, Callie Claus? Make a mess? Is that what you want to do? Oh, we're going to be making some Christmas Spritz cookies, aren't we? Yeah. Little treats. Little tiny cookies. Yeah. So first, just let me wipe off my hands. And we're going to start out with a cup of butter. And this is already pre-softened. I already have this at room temperature. But like I said before, if you don't, you take it out of the fridge, just zap it in the microwave for like 20 seconds. We just want to soften it. We don't want to melt it. And 2 sticks of butter is 1 cup. And we're just going to put this on, break this up for about 30 seconds or so. Once it starts breaking up like that, then we're going to add 1 egg. And a 1/2 cup of sugar. And I just scrape it off on the inside of my bag here, so that way I get an even amount. And just don't pour it in all at once. Just slowly add it in. We want to get this all light and fluffy and break those granules of sugar up like we always do, so you don't get that, crunch in your cookie. Oh, cookies, yeah. Callie, get over here. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. They haven't seen you in a long time. And then we're just going to take and scrape down the bowl and mix this up some more. Because when you have this on a higher speed, it throws all your ingredients to the sides of the bowl and not the bottom. And so you want to take and make sure you get these all mixed up very well. And this takes a good 3 to 4 minutes of whipping it up so that we get a nice fluffy mixture. If you don't, your cookies are going to be flatter, they're going to be tougher and harder. So you want to make sure you whip this up until it's really light and fluffy, a good 3 to 4 minutes. So we'll be right back. Okay, next we're going to take and add 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. And this we can take and scrape off in the container. We'll just level this off because you want to make sure now you get an even amount, because even the slightest teaspoon extra will make your cookies drier and harder. And we want to have perfect cookies for Christmas, don't you? And what I'm doing this year now, which I've learned as a new tip, is I'm using bread flour. Because you can use all-purpose flour if you want to, that's fine. But I've learned that because bread flour is finer, it makes your texture much lighter and fluffier, and so it's not going to be as hard. My recipes are just perfect for all-purpose flour, so you don't have to go out and buy bread flour. The all-purpose flour works just as well. But if you happen to get the bread flour on sale, and because it is a little bit more expensive, but I got it on sale, same price as regular flour. So when it is, load up on it and substitute it for all-purpose flour, and all your products will be much lighter and fluffier. Ain't that right? But like I said, the all-purpose does work great too. So we got the 2 1/4 in, and I also want a teaspoon of vanilla. What do you do with that vanilla, Callie Claus? So we want to put in a teaspoon of vanilla, and if you want, you can use a teaspoon of almond for that instead of vanilla. Either or is acceptable, it doesn't matter. You know, you would do orange or lemon or whatever flavoring you want to make your cookie at the time. You can even do mint, and then we'll color it green, and then we can, you know, do press out Christmas trees, which I think we're going to be doing. Now we just put this on low until this is all incorporated. And as soon as all that flour is incorporated, then stop. We don't want to overmix it, and that'll make your cookies dry and hard. So as soon as this flour is incorporated with the dough, then you want to stop, and then we can take and put it into our gun. Now this, you don't want to chill the dough, because if you do, it's harder to squeeze through the gun. It doesn't work as well. So you want to keep this at room temperature. So now we'll just take and scrape this off, and we're all done with our dough. Now, you can divide this in half if you want to. Melt a square of chocolate, the bitter chocolate, unsweetened, and add that to the half. And so you can have chocolate dough. So if you wanted to do some chocolate cookies, or we could color it orange and add orange flavoring, or color it yellow and add lemon flavoring. You know, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Oh, 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 crumbs. I got crumbs, crumbs, crumbs. We haven't done this in a while. Crumbs, crumbs, oh, oh, crumbs. Oh, crumbs. Yeah, Callie, yeah, you love helping Uncle Boys, don't you? Yeah, I get to eat the crumbs. Yeah. So now we'll just put this in our gun. Let's fill her up. This is an old Spritz gun. This is, my mom got this one when I was a little kid, which was not too long ago. Ungreased cookie sheets. We don't need to spray this, we don't need to grease them. There's enough butter in the cookie to keep it from sticking. And then we just take and go through and press down our cookies. And that's why you don't want the sheet greased, because then they won't stick to the pan. Because you need them to stick to the dough to stick to the pan so that it comes off. But anyway, you get the idea. And so I'm just going to continue on doing this. Oh, it was too much. Until I get a sheet, and then I'll show you how to decorate. Okay, now that we got our cookies pressed out here, we're going to take and decorate these. Now these go in, you want to put your jimmies and sugars and sprinkles on before you bake them. And spraying them with a little Pam like this will make your jimmies and sugars stick to the dough. So we just sprinkle a little bit on top. And that's it. And then we'll put these in the oven at 350 degrees for about 8 minutes. And then we'll be right back. Okay, now I got one batch done here. You can see all the sprinkles on there, different colors. And this goes into a 400 degree oven. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. 400 degree oven for 8 minutes until they're light golden brown. And we'll take them right out then. And these are our nicely done Spritz cookies. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Look out, Callie Claus might jump up and grab some. Well, we're gonna let these cool for at least a minute on the cookie sheet, and then we can slide them off. If you take them off too soon with any cookies, they're gonna fall apart on you. So you want them to cool for at least a minute or so on the cookie sheet itself. And we can just throw in the next batch. And these I just put little red hots in the center of the wheel. next we're going to take and make some holiday Christmas biscotti. Ooh, I just love biscotti. And what it is, biscotti, is an Italian cookie, and it's twice baked. And so you got to bake it twice. And what we need is a stick of butter, and we'll just put that in the microwave for about 20 seconds. We just want to soften it up. Where to start? I don't know this one. I can't see. Stop. Start. There we go. Well, when you work in a new kitchen, you know what that's like. You don't know where anything is. I just feel like I'm so out of place. I don't have my regular kitchen anymore, and I never will. And I got to get used to a new one, and it's hard because everything is packed away in storage, and oh, it's just very confusing. Whoa. That 20 seconds really softened this one up. I gotta remember that. See, every microwave is different. This must be an even stronger one than mine. That started to melt, so we got to be careful on this microwave. I'll have to turn that down to 15 seconds, or even 10, because we just want to soften it. We don't want to melt it. So we got our butter and a cup of sugar. And we'll take and beat this up now until it's light and fluffy. And we're going to take and add 4 eggs to this, one at a time. So now let this go until it's light and fluffy, so 3 to 4 minutes. You want to dissolve that sugar up. The sugar crystals is what you want to do. So when this gets fluffy, we'll be right back. Okay, that's nice and fluffy. And now we want to add eggs, 4 eggs, one at a time. You want to wait until it's completely incorporated before adding your next egg. This way, the eggs are thoroughly mixed in with the butter, and it's lighter and fluffier. It doesn't weigh it down. If you just throw them in all at once, it's going to weigh it down. It's going to be really heavy, thick biscotti. It's not going to be as airy. So you want to really incorporate this, which means a lot of air. It's kind of nice if you take and put your empty eggshells next to you like this. Then you don't lose count how many eggs you put in. It's so easy to do that. I've done that so many times. You're busy talking away or on the phone or something. You're like, how many eggs did I put in there now? Oh my God. You know what? You forget. This is what you remember. And you just let that thoroughly mix. Ooh, that's nice and fluffy. Then I've got 3 cups of the bread flour in here. You can use all-purpose, that's fine. I'm just using bread flour this year because I want to try it to see how it works. And from what I've discovered at work, bread flour makes everything so much fluffier and lighter because it's finer ground. Anyway, this is 3 cups of flour with 1 tablespoon of baking powder in here. And like I said before, wire whisk will help to take and mix this thoroughly. You always want to do your dry ingredients separately like this rather than adding one at a time, because you want to get this thoroughly mixed together. And this also helps to break down any lumps you might have in your flour or in your soda or baking powder, etc. It really helps out a lot. And we'll just take and add this to this. Now I want to put this up, put this all in. And then I'm just going to put this on low because we don't want to over mix it now either, which will make it really hard and tough. Well, biscotti is hard as rock anyway type of cookie. Well, you just don't want to over mix your flour. You don't want to activate the gluten is what you don't want to do. It's just about done. Ooh, just about. And before it finishes up, I want to put in my candied cherries. Now these are the candied ones, not maraschino, because the maraschino is going to have too much juice. Even if you, you could use them if you towel dry them completely and get all that excess juice off. But just use the candy ones. They're thicker and they don't change the consistency of your dough. The juice will thin it out. So I got a half a cup altogether, which would be a quarter cup each, of chopped red and green candied cherries. So it's a half cup of candied cherries altogether, along with a half cup. I'm going to be using, where am I here now? Milk chocolate chips. But this is going to be a pretty good combination. And we just need a half a cup of those. Ooh. She's done occupied. His girlfriend came home, and so Callie's like, you know, they bonded. So she's down there. I gotta let her go. Oh, God, I miss her so much. Anyways, we have a half cup of milk chocolate chips. And this we just put on low to finish off mixing until they're blended. And the rest of the flour is mixed in there, which is fine. And there we go. See, it said all stops at the same time. Now, we're going to take these batter and we're going to form this into 2 logs. And we'll put this right on the baking sheet. Okay, now we're going to take, not 2, we'll divide this into 3 portions and make 3 logs. And I just sprayed my hands a little bit so that you can take and shape this. It doesn't stick to your hands then. And just pat this out into your logs, which would be like rectangles. And this, because of the baking powder, these will fluff up. So you want to have a good 2 inches of space in between. And I got these approximately 2 to 3 inches by almost 12 inches. So all you have to do is just pat these into shape, because this is very, very sticky dough. And that's why you want to spray your hands or even grease them. You know, shortening on your hands would be fine too. But this is very, very sticky dough. So you want to grease your hands so it doesn't stick all over you. And then we got our biscotti. And now this goes into a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. And then we'll take them out, cool, and then we'll cut them into pieces and then bake the pieces again. So here's the first time baking. Okay, now we take the biscotti and we cut it at a 45-degree angle, and we're going to bake these a second time. And these go onto an ungreased baking sheet. And we'll put these back in the oven for another 15 minutes. And then these will be done. As you can see, this makes a lovely presentation with the chocolate chips in there and the red and green candied cherries. I like it just the way it is. This is nice. And this is a soft one. And biscotti is hard, so this will be baked the second time, and that's what makes it hard. And these are just fabulous for dunking in coffee. Oh God, these are just wonderful. I just started making biscotti like 2 years ago, and I just love it. Absolutely love it. So we'll just put these back in the oven, and bake them now for another 15 minutes, still at 350. And then when you get done, you can take and dip these at a 45-degree angle into melted chocolate if you want to. And that gives it a lovely presentation. So for Miss Callie and I, Callie Claus, we're going to say Merry Christmas.
Hello! Welcome to the Northwoods Cooking Show. I'm your host, Uncle Roy, and I don't have any Miss Callie to share the New Year with. Oh no, no Christmas presents, no tree, nothing. I'm all by myself. Oh no. But I'm still going to be here putting on the show. I'll try to get Miss Callie in as many possible episodes as I can. I can only film her on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, so if I get a chance, I definitely will have her, and I do want to have her in my show. I have her Christmas special outfits, her Santa, her Callie Claus costumes and everything. So I'm hoping to get back into the spirit. I hope I can get back into the spirit again soon. So from the Northwoods Cooking Show and Miss Callie way up in East Bethel, I want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Eat healthy, be safe, and spread the sunshine. And thank you for watching from the Northwoods Cooking Show. Bye-bye.
Well, the biscotti turned out really nice. These are still kind of warm yet, so they're a little soft. I'm going to let them bake in just a little bit longer, another 5 minutes. Then, like I said, you just let them cool off completely. And just dip the ends at a 45-degree angle in melted chocolate, white or dark. And it makes a lovely little presentation and a lovely Christmas card.